Hey, we're here in the shop today to unbox, assemble, and go over some of the features of the new Hellbender built by Fission Cycles. I was in the market for a new off-road mountain bike, an e-bike, of course, and I looked over specifications of a lot of different bikes, and I came across this one. Now, it's not an inexpensive bike. These go for about $4,000, but I do a lot of off-roading to do fishing, to do hunting trips, so it's important that I have a reliable bike. So let's get to it. There's two small boxes in here. One's labeled small parts, so I assume they're small parts, and the other one's labeled charger. So let's see what's inside. What you get is a wrench, the two pedals, Allen wrench. The other box, which is your charger, you get a 3 amp hour charger. So we'll set that aside for right now. All right, we laid the bike on the side so you can see it a little bit better. What we're doing is we're loosening the axle like that, and then you want to pull it out. Now this is just a plastic piece that you throw away. It's just in there for shipping. Now what I recommend you doing next is to put the handlebars on, and that's simple enough. You remove the screws, the set screws that are in the stem here and the handlebars. And I already took out two. For the clamp off is you slide the handlebars into the bracket, and you put the bracket on the other side back on, and you just put in 4 set screws and tighten it up. Now to make installing the front wheel a little bit easier, we flipped the bike upside down on the handlebars after we got those installed and tightened down. There's a nut that slides into the fork, and it's keyed. It has a flat side right here. So you want to make sure that that lines up properly inside of the hole, like so. I recommend that you put the solid through axle into the hole so it's ready to insert into the tire and rim. What you do is you lift the tire and rim into the forks like that, and you align it. Make sure that you get the caliper for the disc brakes lined up and inside of it. Now once you get the rim and tire aligned with the forks, what you want to do is you want to slide the solid through axle in and through. With everything aligned in your solid through axle in, what you want to do is you want to tighten it up, and you want to make sure that this nut on the other side with that indexing side is in, and it's in the slot, and the two are mating squarely. And then take your tool here and tighten it up. Now you don't have to over tighten this, not that much. Once you have the solid through axle in and it tightened down, not overly tight, tighten the clamps on this side, same both sides. All right, let's put the pedals on now. It's important to realize that there are directional threads on these. There's a right and a left, and they're marked with these little stickers. And you want to start these by hand. And once you get them going, you want to take them all the way down until you get to the nut. Then you want to take the wrenches provided and snug them in there. Now to connect the heads-up display, this is a waterproof connection, so it's going to be a little tight. I've already got it started. You line up the arrows, and then you give it a good push, and that makes a watertight connection. But make sure you have the arrows lined up. All right, let's put the rack on now. It's a little tricky to get on. What you need to do is you need to turn on its side and then rotate it, and then line up the rack with the mounting holes. And then insert your mounting hardware. Just get them started. All right, now you want to put the battery in. What you want to do is you want to slip the bottom in first. Get it seated. And then push the top in. You'll hear a click, which is the battery locking in. Now you need to know that to get the battery out, you have to come over here to the key, insert the key, and unlock the battery, and turn the knob to pull the battery out, because it's now locked in so nobody steals it. Before I go over the features of the bicycle, what I want to do is tell you something about Fission cycles. You know, there's been a boom in e-biking here recently, and as a result, a lot of manufacturers have sprung up overnight. Now, what a lot of other manufacturers will do is they'll have a parts menu, and they'll shop a frame. They'll pick a frame off of a menu, if you will. Then you'll shop a seat, forks, drive unit, and then they kludge it all together. And what you end up with is a bike that doesn't work synergistically as one. Now, Fission cycles, what they do is they put their design parameters out, what they want the bike to do to begin with. And then the engineers start from scratch, designing the bike and building components one by one to work with the other components. And what you get when you're finished is a bike that works together as a cohesive unit. So make sure when you're shopping a new bike, you know what you're buying and you're not buying an assembly line, menu-driven bicycle.